Developers just need to listen to the community. If you've worked in games for any length of time at all, you've heard some version of the statement more than once. Players say it all the time, journalists say it, sometimes other people on the team say it. And on the surface, it makes perfect sense. Of course you should listen to people that are playing your game. Except it's more complicated than it sounds, because people don't talk with one voice, because the loudest voices in your community don't always represent the majority of your players. And because players don't actually always know exactly what they want. So let's talk about why listen to the community is great advice and also terrible advice. So I don't get completely canceled, let's start by saying developers should absolutely listen to their communities. Players are incredibly valuable sources of information. They tell you when they're frustrated. They tell you where they're frustrated. They tell you what they like, what they don't like. They tell you where they feel like the game is unbalanced, where they feel like they're not getting a fair shake from the multiplayer systems in your game. They tell you where they're getting lost and confused. They also give you a great insight into how they are actually playing the game as opposed to how you wish they were playing the game. A lot of times they're going to identify problems way faster than even the best QA team possibly can, because there are so many more of them. If you ignore them completely, you're making a game in a vacuum. This is a complete mistake. But what might be coming clear from what I'm saying is that players are really, really good at identifying problems. What they're a lot less good at is identifying solutions. They're not developers, they're game players. They know they don't like something, but the solution they may come up with may not be the best. If they're telling you a class is boring, the actual problem might be that the choices in progression aren't very interesting. It might be that it's too powerful or too weak. It might be that it interacts with the game in a non-standard way. It might just be confusing and players aren't figuring out how to use it to their greatest advantage. If they're saying this enemy AI needs to be smarter, it might be that the AI is bad. It might just be that the creatures are dying too fast and the balance is off. It might be a simple mistake in pathfinding. The feedback that this class is boring or these enemies need to be smarter isn't useless. It's incredibly valuable. It's giving you a window into what they're feeling. You need to understand and pick apart that feedback and understand the problem underneath the solution. Everyone wants to jump to a solution. Everyone thinks they have an easy fix, but you don't need the fix, you need the problem. If you just take the solution they're proposing and layer it on top of what you have, in most cases, all it's going to do is just move the problem somewhere else. And in some cases, it's actually going to make the problem worse, because they're trying to alleviate the symptom that they're experiencing without necessarily understanding the problem as a whole. One of the biggest traps that teams fall into is treating the community as if it's a single voice. You have multiple different groups of people playing your game. You have hardcore players, you have casual players, you have people that play for the math, people that play for the story, you have people that are going to consume every single piece of content, and some that are going to blow through the game as fast as they can and then move on to the next thing. Each of these groups wants different things. And the problem is you don't have an equal conversation with all of these different groups. Chances are, over time, especially if you're a studio that's been around for a while, you've built up a pretty deep relationship with one of these groups, and then a weaker relationship with a couple of others, and there are some groups that you're never talking to at all. Those hardcore players, they want more math. They want a crunchier system. They want realism, they want complexity. But that's going to potentially make the systems unconsumable by other players. The people that are just in it for the storytelling are interested in getting deeper looks into the lore, more understanding of the motivation of different characters. But people who are new to your franchise potentially aren't going to understand all of that, and they might get confused and overwhelmed. So you need to remember that your community is a bunch of different groups. And when you are in a conversation that seems to be unified by your community, take a step back and ask, is this actually all of the community? Or have we built up a very special relationship with a specific part of the community, and we are listening to them to the exclusion of other groups? Because usually there isn't universal agreement in terms of what the community wants and what the right solution would be. The reality is that most of your players aren't talking to you at all. Most people buy a game, play the game for a while, maybe really enjoy it, and then finish it and move on. They're not yelling about the game on Reddit or tweeting about what they want or engaging with the community or making YouTube videos. Most people aren't terminally online. You need to remember that your window into your community is narrow. Even if you are being careful to try to hear from all of the parts of the community, you're only hearing from the most vocal parts. If at all possible, you want to have other sources of data, telemetry, achievements, other things that are going to give you a glimpse, a hint as to what's going on in the silent majority. There's the Henry Ford quote, "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." And this is applicable here as well. If you ask players what they want, they only have the ability to tell you that within the context that they already have. They can only give you ideas within what they understand. They understand what they experienced, they understand what they felt, they understand what they didn't like, but they're not designers, they're not artists, they're not innovators. So at best, you're going to get something that is like something else. Battle Royale was not a genre that was being asked for by the community. The Nemesis system, not a system that was being asked for by the community. So sometimes you're going to need to do things that you believe are going to give the community what they want experientially without them being able to tell you that, yes, this is what I want. You're going to have to use the feedback that you're getting, use the interaction with the different parts of the community to innovate, to build something new, and hopefully it's going to overlap with what they actually want. Listening doesn't mean doing whatever the community says. It doesn't mean holding votes and letting the majority win. It doesn't mean putting the loudest voices first. It means understanding what your community is experiencing, using their frustration, using their excitement, using their emotions to figure out underlying strengths and weaknesses in what you're making, and then use that to make your own decisions informed by the design that you have, the vision that you have, the game that you're making. Sometimes that's going to mean that you need to make a change. Sometimes it means that even though people are frustrated, you need to stay the course. You need to understand that this is frustrating, but understand as well that it is what the game needs, it's what the game has to stick to. If you try to be responsive to every single piece of criticism, your game is likely going to swing wildly all over the place, because improving one experience is likely going to have a negative impact to another experience. So by pleasing this one group, you have a high probability of frustrating another. Sometimes that's what you want to do. Sometimes you want to narrow your focus down to a very specific subset of your community. But there are rarely perfect solutions, so don't narrow so much that there's only 4 people that are going to enjoy your game. So you should be listening, but the trick is deciding how you're going to interpret what you're hearing. So listen to everyone. Listen to the worst people on the internet. Listen to the people that are saying things that aren't even really informed by the game you're making. Because even that is useful information, because they're coming to that conclusion for a reason. Sometimes that reason has nothing to do with your game, but often it has something to do with your game. So what should you be doing? You should be listening broadly, seek feedback from as many different player groups as possible. When you're doing this, though, recognize that there are non-player groups that also want to have a voice at the table. And if your goal is not to sell through those non-players, you probably actually shouldn't be listening to them. Take all of this information, take the frustrations, take the excitement, and look for patterns. One person not liking the shape of someone's boots is probably just an outlier. If you're getting hundreds of complaints, then it's probably telling you something. Take that feedback and focus on the problems that they're identifying, not the solutions that they're setting out. Players are good at identifying where they're feeling pain, where they're having a bad experience. They're much less good at solving the problems for you. So don't use them to solve your problems. Use them to identify the problems. Remember that most people are not terminally online, so get as many different data sources as you can. Get the feedback from the community, but do playtesting, put telemetry in, look at what's actually happening with sales of other games to try to figure out what the reality is versus what the community is telling you. The community is one excellent source of data, but it shouldn't be your only source of data. And finally, remember that you have a vision for your game. If you get the best suggestion from your community, but it violates the vision of your game, it's not actually the best suggestion. Not every suggestion is going to line up with what the game is trying to be. And that's okay. And there will be more games for those players to experience. And they may get that feature in a game in the future. You don't have to act on everything the community says. But where possible, you should try to listen to it. So listen to your community. But it isn't about obedience, it's about understanding. Communities provide you the deepest amount of feedback you're going to get from your players, but it isn't going to be the widest source of feedback. So integrate it into many sources of feedback, because great games aren't built by just doing everything they're asked. They're built by understanding what the players are interacting with and also fitting that into the overarching vision of the game they're trying to make. Sometimes what the community wants and what the right solution is are going to line up perfectly. Sometimes the solution is different than what the players think it is. Sometimes the right response is to not respond to the feedback at all and simply accept the frustration that comes from the way you've chosen to do something. A special thanks to my members. They provide the resources that this channel needs to keep running. If you're interested in becoming a member, there's a link to that down in the description. We also have a Patreon if you're more comfortable supporting the channel in that way. There's a link to that in the description as well. Both patrons and channel members get early access to videos, so you would have seen this video a while ago. Additionally, we've started doing weekly stand-ups, which will only ever be available to members and patrons. If you're interested in hearing what I'm doing in a given week, that's an excellent way to do so. Where's the line for you? What do you want your interaction with game developers to be? How responsive do you want them to be? I feel like in the modern world, social media world, most developers have retreated and they've stopped interacting with their community to as great a degree as I think they should. Do you want to hear more from them? Do you want them to interact with their community to a greater degree? I definitely think some studios have formed a special relationship with part of their community and has damaged the overall game because they've tailored the game to a very small percentage of the community simply because it's the part of the community that they had the deepest relationship with. If you experience that, what do you think a good solution for that is? Let's talk about this down in the comments. I will see you again soon. Thank you.